It's Friday, and I just got in my new USA hat. This is the hat that Trump's been sporting recently. It's got the American flag on one side, 45. That's the 45th president. Remember that woman? Impeach 45! No. And Trump on the back. Very nice. Very nice inside. Also, just getting in, I got shirts in today. My Adam Chef pencil neck geek shirts. There we go. Fantastic. Really excited about that. I got something to wear at Easter when I go see my family. Get all decked out in a new shirt. Very excited about that. So as we know, the Mueller report just came out, and of course there are lies in it. That's expected. And Trump responded to the lies with a tweet. So what better than to read his tweet, his enjoyable tweet. Statements are made about me by certain people in the crazy Mueller report, in itself written by 18 angry Democrat Trump haters, which are fabricated and totally untrue. Watch out for people that take so-called notes when the notes never existed until needed. Because I never agreed to testify, it was not necessary for me to respond to statements made in the report about me, some of which are total bullshit and only given to make the other person look good or me look bad. This was an illegally started hoax that never should have happened, a big fat waste of time, energy, and money. $30 million to be exact. It is now finally time to turn the tables and bring justice to some very sick and dangerous people who have committed very serious crimes, perhaps even spying and treason. This should never happen again. Beautifully said. Strong statement from a strong president. So unfair what they have done to him, to our great president, and to you, lying about this whole collusion thing for, this Russia for 2.5 years, and destroying people's lives, wasting all this money, and taking away, really, think about it, the media, Congress, wasting all those energies instead of helping America, spending all that time and energy, wasting all that time on a hoax, a lie. And I hope that they do all get their day in court and be found guilty of treason. That would be nice. Okay, so let's take a look at. It's very interesting. Sometimes the news seems to have like a certain commonality to it all. And today we're going to be looking at, family, customs, culture, laws. Now, all countries are based on and have laws, culture, customs, and family. And in the news today, California, House of Horrors parents sentenced to life in prison. So these people basically locked up their kids and did terrible things to them for many, many years, and they got life in prison. So these people maybe had their own family culture, but their family culture was wrong, unacceptable. It violated our customs, our culture, and our laws. So culture isn't necessarily acceptable or good. in this case, their family culture was in violation of our values, our customs, and our laws, and they shall go to prison for the rest of their life. So that's good. It's bad what they did, but it's good that they're going to jail. Just like we have customs and laws regarding the Mueller investigation. And the FBI, DOJ, certain members, Hillary Clinton, Obama, all need to be prosecuted under our laws. And they also need to go to jail, of course. It's only right. We have laws. Without a country, without borders, without laws, we have no country. We do have a country. It's a great country. Okay, also in the news, Iranian girls being forced into child marriage at a record rate. So Iranian girls are being forced to marry at an early age. Now, this is the country that Obama, if you remember, filled up a plane full of cash in the middle of the night, but he got caught. We would never have known about it if just wasn't some reporter just happened to be out on the runway that day and caught him filling up a plane of cash. And so in Iran, these girls are being forced to marry at an early age. Now, that's Iran. It's not USA. So is that okay or is it not okay? It's Iran. It's not America. That's their culture there. Not our culture here. So if we had an Iranian congressperson, would that, let's say we had some crazy Iranian woman, congresswoman, right? Would she be making a big stink about Iranian culture as being bad? I wonder about that. So the people that are here in America, to what extent should we get involved with calling out other cultures? Things that we might not disagree. Where is the left right now? If there was forced marriage going on in a certain area here in America, it would be the end of the world. Well, here it is going on in Iran. Well, we do have some Iranian people here, but where are the people that are supposed to be protecting women and protecting children? Here are children, female children, being married off at an early age. That's offensive. But where's the left going crazy about this and saying Iranian culture is no good? Well, it's difficult for them. They're for diverse cultures. They're for Iranians. Well, they're also for women and children. So what do? Boom, their heads are so. Okay, so here's a cultural thing, a family thing, customs. And apparently Iranian law says it's okay to do that. So remember last week, Obama said that immigrants need to assimilate to the host nation's culture. That's what he said when he gave that speech in Germany. We know that because I brought that up last week. So, well, here's, you remember this? That's Omar right here. And here's 9/11 happening. Terrible, awful thing. Can't forget that. Well, when Omar got elected, she gave a speech to Somalians, because she's from Somalia. She supports Somali culture. And she comes here to America. Now she's one of our representatives. But she's bringing with her culture, which is anti-American. So when she gives her speech, she you can see here, there's the women are on one side and the men are on the other side. Well, here's another picture, just if you don't think that was, there it is. So the men are on one side of the room and the women are on the other side of the room. That sound like equality? Oh, and the women also have their burqa things on, right? Which is offensive to require burqas to be worn. Wouldn't you agree? Well, that's what the left would say anyway. But so when she gave her speech, this nasty, rotten person, Omar, who said that this was no big deal. So when she gives her speech after she became a congresswoman, after she won, she didn't raise any problem with segregation in the audience there. She didn't raise that as being an issue. She appeared on the Deprani show, a Somali news show, after she became Minnesota's House of Representatives. So this woman this is the woman here bringing her culture. This is the woman who says that she's for women and badmouths America, talks down on 9/11, and then when she gives her speech after she wins, she says nothing about the segregation of men and women in her own country and the women being forced to wear burqas, whatever they are. Says here in the article, we need to collectively, she says we need to collectively fight for women's rights around the world. But the same criticism was not extended to her home country. That's her home, Somali, not America. If it was, if what she's saying is really true, she's for women, she would be extending that thought process over to the Somalians too. But because the Somali is really in her heart, not America, she says nothing about it. And of course, who backs her? Yeah, you got it. The nutcase from New York. Shameful. She backed her when she said, when Omar was talking down about 9/11 like it was no big deal, and she's also backing her on the Somali thing too. Matter of fact, what they're doing is lying. They're trying to turn the table, and they're saying that, oh, she's being attacked. She's being attacked when we say that she shouldn't be saying these things. No. That's not being attacked. This is being attacked. Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez says it's time to investigate Trump for impeachment. In a series of tweets on Thursday, after the report was released, first-term Democrat said she would sign into an impeachment resolution introduced by Representative Rahib Tlaib. That's that crazy woman, Rahib Tlaib, who in January declared, "We're going to impeach that motherfucker," is what she said. She talked about our great president in that way, in that manner. No, Tlaib, you're the motherfucker. Don't talk about our president like that. Just go back to wherever you came from. Get out of our country. We don't need treasonous people like you here. She said that at a celebration after being sworn into Congress. in March, put forth a resolution calling the House Judiciary Committee to probe whether Trump committed impeachable offenses. It's unbelievable. 2.5 years we get lied to about this Mueller investigation. 2.5 years of lies, money wasted, people's lives ruined. And then we have people like this, Talib Ocasio and Omar, saying that our president should be impeached. It's unbelievable. How long will these people remain as representatives in our country? I didn't vote for him. Don't blame me. It's not on me. Okay. So I got a article here from, this is Pink News. So, but anyway, barbecue company under fire for LGBTQ shirt. So they show the shirt. See, it just says LGBTQ and then Liberty, Guns, Bible, Trump. Well, it's not exactly the whole shirt. Let me show you the whole thing, because this is, Pink News. So here's the whole shirt. There we go. Oh, there's the owner right there. Let me just move it over like this. There we go. I support LGBTQ, Liberty, Guns, Bible, Trump, barbecue. It's kind of cute. That's really cute. Yeah. So, but that's causing a big problem because you say anything like that they own the word LGBT. So if you're saying LG, I guess that maybe a trademark or I don't know, copyright infringement, something. So anyway, this guy gave an interview and he said, well, we like that stuff, Liberty, Guns, Bible, Trump, and barbecue. And he just added the Q on the end. And, he says, sorry if I offended anyone. It's not aimed at any group of persons or anything like that. It's just about Liberty, Guns, Bible, Trump, and barbecue. So, but you can imagine how much this is going to be like a big thing here. I can just imagine. This guy's going to get death threats for sure because LGBTQ people are just, I'm not going to say anything bad about them, but they're gonna, who knows what they'll do to this guy. There's no telling what they'll do. So, yeah, this could be problematic for him. But on the other hand, if you go to his Twitter website, which I did, there's nothing bad on there at all. It's just a lot of people wanting to buy the shirt. Like me, I tried to, but he ran out. Maybe he'll get more in. Or maybe he won't sell them. Maybe he's too scared, or maybe who knows? Who knows what'll happen there? But everyone on the site was just wanting to buy the T-shirt. They love his barbecue and very supportive of him. So I don't know. I don't find it offensive. I don't. I look at it as I support Liberty, Guns, Bible, Trump, and barbecue. As if someone supports all those things, if they like barbecue and things, and they want to buy the shirt, that's fine. What's interesting though is I'll tell you what I do find offensive, and this might be a little LGBT. I've talked about this before. It's interesting. Everything I talk about, it just we come across it later. I talked about LGBT before, and that's only 4. That's very non-inclusive and offensive and discriminatory, because there's actually, I think it's 75 or somewhere around there. Not exactly, don't quote me exactly, but there's around 75 major gender classifications. I've talked about that before. And the LGBT movement is only 4. I think it's lesbians, gays, B, I don't know what B is. I don't know. And the T, I don't know what the T is. But there's 75, not just 4. So just to put 4 down just doesn't seem inclusive to me. It seems discriminatory and offensive. I'm offended for all the people out there that don't fit into LGBT or T categories. So there you go. It's offensive. LGBT is offensive. LGBTQ actually is more inclusive because it includes barbecue. So there you go. Okay. Sorry, I need a. Oh yeah, I went to Burger King today. I don't like Burger King so much anymore. I used to have a great burger, and now it's that skinny thing. It's nasty, but it used to be beautiful. I used to love Burger King. So I went there and get the drink. They have a drink there I like though. It's the what do you call it? Frozen, yeah, frozen coffee. Doesn't really taste like coffee that much, but it's a little too sugary. But it's still good because it's frozen. Anything frozen is good. It's like when you fry something, you fry it, it tastes great. You fry a candy bar, they do that. All right. New Mexico militia detains migrants at gunpoint until Border Patrol arrives. So here's some people, some Americans who went out at the border and detained migrants and held them until Border Patrol arrived. Because they were trying to come in illegally. So they probably got in anyway because the militia catches them, and then, but at least they get documented to some extent and maybe given a court date or something. Who knows? They're probably going to end up in anyway. Not brought to sanctuary cities where they should be brought. Probably going to be brought to your hometown. But what's interesting here is that, you know, to what extent should people help other people or help their community or help their nation? So, I mean, like Kennedy said, right, was it, ask not what you can do for, what the country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. That was Kennedy who said that, I believe. So here are people that are trying to help their country. I mean, these people needed to be stopped. They were clearly breaking the law. Border Patrol wasn't there, and they're helping out. They're not even for free. They're not being paid. Certainly not by our government, anyway. And heroes. But you know, but let's ask this question: to what extent should anyone help anyone? I mean, if there's no legal requirement, if we're talking about someone who's not a family member, not a child of yours, but let's say your neighbor's child, and start there. Let's say you go outside and there's your neighbor's child outside. Somehow she snuck out of the house, whatever. Don't call DSS. Oh, but anyway, maybe you should. I don't know. But there's your neighbor's child. She's laying on the ground, and it's raining out, and she's in a puddle, and the water's getting deeper and deeper. You can see it, and in a matter of seconds, she's going to drown. But she's alive right now. But there's no legal requirement for you to help her. But maybe there's certainly a culture that can give you some guidance and support in this matter, or some customs that might guide you in the right direction. Or maybe it's just some family values that also can help guide you in this situation, is doing what is right. So, yeah, I think obviously the right thing to do would be maybe to get involved here, and it would just take a little nudge to get her out of the, to tilt her head or get her out of the puddle so that she doesn't drown. I think that would be reasonable and expected. So here's a person who really should, I don't think too many people would disagree with me on this point, get involved and do something for their neighbor anyway, to help save their baby, help save that baby. It's a baby, it's a person. Even though the left says it's okay to kill babies when they're, but I don't want to get into that right now. But so let's get back to New Mexico now. Now this is the other extreme. This is not doing something for your, well, let's say, you do something for your neighbor's baby. Let's say you do something for the community. That would be good. Let's say you go out and collect the trash. That would be a good thing to do. No one would give you a hard time about that. To what extent should you help either a person, your neighborhood, your city, your state, or your country? Now, the legality of this, maybe there are laws that say you can't do this. Well, maybe those laws should be changed. Maybe that should be allowed. When you see someone breaking the law, citizen's arrest type of thing, you've heard of that. Something to think about. To what extent should people help people, neighborhoods, cities, towns, states, or country? Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. It's good words. Brazil leader wants to ease laws on carrying guns. I like showing pictures. There he is. He's got the love thing on his fingers. Love. So here's Brazil. Brazil. Imagine that. The Brazilian leader wants to ease laws on carrying guns. His name is Bolsonaro. And he has already relaxed some rules on gun purchases. Brazil strictly limits access to firearms, or strictly limited access to firearms in 2003. But the country remains plagued by violence. Bolsonaro argues that guns will help people defend themselves. In his words, you can be sure the bums will think twice before committing a crime, knowing that someone might be armed. That's beautiful. So there's hope, even in Brazil. And with that, have a great weekend.